the designate 9th Nizam of Hyderabad state. So I kindly invite him to deliver his speech to the audience.
I'm Ronak. I'd like to keep this brief. I've been invited by Mr. Ramna Murthy, who I respect a lot, for getting this whole thing together. He's pioneering this cause of unity, and this is a subsection of the Jai Bharath, his main organization, which is towards Hindu-Muslim unity. And now this Ittihad is now into its third session. Started three events ago with me as the main speaker at that time. And so this is more to do with getting Muslims together to understand certain things about, being brotherly towards other communities and all that. So it's more centric towards Muslims rather than, a general thing like which is Jai Bharat. Jai Bharat handles everything from Hindus, Muslims, and, it's a larger organization. This is a sub-organization of that. So this is the third event, and I'm very happy to be here. And we have to take this forward. We'll be celebrating Sankranti very soon, and with the support of Mr. Ramna, I think it'll be a grand success. I've been celebrating Holi for the past 50 years in the name of Mehboob Ali Khan, who was my great-grandfather, who was also the sixth Nizam and extremely secular. So he, in fact, in 1908 floods, according to Sir Vishvesvaraya, he actually did a yagna in the raging waters of Musi. And according to him, the water subsided, but that could be a coincidence. But the fact is that, Mehboob Ali Khan being a Muslim, he did a Hindu ritual, strictly Hindu ritual, which is yagna, to appease the water gods. Because he felt most of his population or his subjects were actually Hindu. So, pacifying the Hindu gods was more important. So he did it as a responsibility to him, which I take up now on behalf of Mehboob Ali Khan as well as on my own, because I've got now a doctorate in, bridging communities, and it's very close to my heart. And more than close to my heart, I cannot tolerate, differences happening between people who were so brotherly earlier, who had no differences. In fact, there are certain temples made near Nanded, and now I discovered that they are made near Jetprol, which is about 190 kilometers, and I know the Raja's son. And he spotted them, and his grandfather explained it to him. And his name is Aditya. So I have to go and see those small temples where the Hindu people, the tribals, go and supplicate to the deity, who's a sixth Nizam. And the small dome-like structures made. And they're all over Nanded also. But Nanded is further away, so I'll have to investigate that. But I can go on and on. And this was also written by a person called Cyril Jones, who was a railway engineer. He spotted these small temples. And then Sarojini Naidu, she's talked about Mehboob Ali Khan in her letters, saying that even the Hindus considered him a saint. And even after his death, they used to supplicate at his grave. And she wrote a couple of letters, which I included in a book called The Untold Charminar by Saida Imam, where her casual letters talk about how, how much the communities, different communities, across communities loved the sixth Nizam. And so people should buy that book not to make my grandfather sound great, but just to show the closeness that was between the communities, and it has to be restored at any cost, because somebody is trying to literally break down that brotherhood at any cost. So somebody has to counter it. And now with Mr. Ramna Murthy supporting me, I think it's going to be a big help to me, because what I lacked, he is kind of made up for. So we'll take it forward. I can go on and on, but I think I should give the mic to someone, because I don't know how much time we have today, because we started a bit late. And today is the 3rd of January 2026, so it's a great start. Though it's the third session, but with the Sankranti, we'll take it forward. I told you about the Holi. I've been doing it for 48 years. And in Jubilee Hills, end of road number 25. And this time the place will be the same, and I'm trying to move into Sankranti because that's safer, because as I'm getting older, it's very, getting very difficult for me to handle people who are colored and, in high spirits on Holi, and you can't make out who they are, and there's a license to touch each other. So some people who touch others, are not welcome. So I have to be like watching out like a hawk all the time, because I'm calling a lot of people who are not known to each other. So this time will be the same, but with the support of Mr. Ramna, all that will be regulated, and this Sankranti is relatively much more easy to handle. So we'll take that forward, and we'll have the Holi there also. And I'm trying to before that I used to organize alcohol and everything. But now want to tell people that they can enjoy life, enjoy a festivity without alcohol also. So last year we called a lot of youngsters and we allowed them to, play in the shower areas which were arranged, like a rainfall by getting some, fuel, water tankers to spray water over the crowd like it's raining. So they had like mud slush, so they could throw each other jovially, and had a lot of other entertainment. So just to make them realize that alcohol is not an essential part of fun, that can be an add-on later. So this time I didn't serve alcohol, and I think next time also in Sankranti we probably try to send the same message, because I see alcohol is very similar to drugs. It gets you high, so that's what matters. It doesn't matter what it's named as. If it's not called a drug, the effect on the mind is pretty similar to drugs. So in fact, they prohibiting drugs like very seriously now. And in drugs also there are like, variations. Like there's marijuana and all that, which has been tolerated by the sadhus and also by the Sufi people from quite a long time as a tradition. So that should not be actually clubbed with other drugs, which are, synthetic and hallucinogens, and some of them are very, very dangerous and life-threatening. And these are mild drugs, and there should be a differentiation. So anyway, I cannot promote drugs now because the government is very strict against it. But I do feel the government should investigate and differentiate between, one substance and another. And because that's a traditional thing, I'm not promoting it, but I'm saying they should check it out, because they're allowing alcohol, because it's far more, violent, and, people lose their senses, all kinds of things can happen. And if alcohol is being taken forward, I heard it's taken forward because of the revenue it generates. So they should also see what they can do with other traditional substances which are not as volatile or violent or whatever. So I don't know whether I should have said all this, but I've said it anyway. So because basically Sufis as well as the Hindu saints enjoy certain things. So they should be looked into as a tradition. So I'll end with that. Thank you.
మీ ఆలోచనల్ని మరింత సంపద్వంతం చేయగల ఈ పుస్తకాల్ని మీరు చదివారా? ప్రతులకు జై భారత్ పబ్లికేషన్స్ 9848030089.